talking about an item that is before us, building residential construction workforce and Alabama Home Builders Academy Network. What we have present is District 1 Representative Penn and District 6, Councilman Woods, District 5, Councilman Fleming, District 2, Councilwoman Ingram, District 4, Councilman Reynolds. We have our attorney. We have members of the administration. We have the city clerk and her staff. And we do have some representatives from the Home Builder Residential Construction Academy in the network. We're going to ask them, would you like to open up on this afternoon? And then I think some council members might have some questions, and we also will hear from the administration at that time. We in your hands, sir.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us. Robert Collins, President of Home Builders Association and South Alabama Home Building Academy. Today, we're just going to bring everybody up to speed who may not be aware. The South Alabama Home Building Academy is kind of birthed out of the Home Builders Association in developing our workforce locally. We have started with the blueprint that Huntsville has started 5-6 years ago and have had tremendous success. As of right now, they have graduated over 700 students in the last 5 years. We're basically going to follow the same outline that they have started. We're actually going to be adding one additional trade to our academy. We're going to start off with 5 trade-specific trades: HVAC, electrical, carpentry, plumbing, and roofing. These are all very needed in our local building trades. And we're also looking to expand as needs arise, whether it be masonry, concrete work, so on and so forth. So our class, our first class is going to be in January the 8th. And they are 8-week classes, 2 nights a week from 5:30 to 8:30. Basic skills training, more or less like a boot camp, and it's tuition free for the students that join. According to Huntsville's numbers, the average age student that comes right now is 30 years of age. So that's the average. So the minimum requirement is 17 years of age, legal to work in the United States, and they have to pass a drug test. I'll get into a few more of the numbers later in the presentation. 2 of the classes are going to be worksite safety. 9 are going to be basic skills. You'll be learning how to use a lot of the power tools: compound miter saw, skill saw, speed square, tape measure, which is very big. It's hard to find a lot of people that actually know how to read the tape measure and the fractions and things like that. So we teach them those basic skills. And then the last 5 classes are the trade-specific classes. So they can pick, after about 5 classes, we start trying to get them honed in on what skill do you want to focus on the last 5 classes. So that covers the 16 classes. Now, also, as a student goes through, let's say, for example, they take HVAC the first time and they go out and they start a career in HVAC and the insulation. They don't like being around the insulation in the attics. They can come back again and not have to go through all the basic training skills, but they can take the trade-specific skills on any of them. And they've had people come back and take all of the trades in Huntsville. So it's open for that. The main focus is to get our workforce built up and find them a career that they want to use. Let's see. There's also a program that we will implement later on for plumbing that advances plumbing apprentices. So currently the state law is you have to have 2 years under a master plumber to be able to qualify to take your apprenticeship course. Going through this advanced class, that's a 9-month class, and working a year under a master plumber, that shortens it to 1 year. And that's been approved through the state license board. So that would also speed up their career and make an advance and earning a living for them and their family. And the average starting pay we're seeing right now is $16 an hour for somebody that's gone through the class. 8 weeks of training and starting out at $16 an hour is pretty good for someone that doesn't have a career or much experience at all. So it's been very successful there. Another number for I think it's 70% of those that have gone through the class have gone into construction. It's over 90% retention for those that actually go into the trade. Like 90 to 95%. So on that page, it kind of shows you some of the tools that they'll use in construction skills boot camps, the miter saw, and one of the activities where they learn how to use it, use the measuring tape, mark the board, cut it, and learn how to use the saw. So on the gender spectrum, what they're showing here, that race and ethnicity, white 37.8%, non-white 58.3%, and on gender, 25% of the students are female. Actually going to the plumbing and electrical trades mostly, from what we're being told. Towards the back, you'll see probably eight pictures here that show some of the students and some of the recruiting that NAHA has done. We're going to kind of mirror this, but we're going to start this coming year going into all the different schools and introducing them, starting at elementary school up to high school. And this last week, we went to the chamber meeting on Thursday, and then we went with Dr. White and Miss Mento to two of the or career centers. We started at Faulkner, and then we went to the Bryant Center. We were well received at both locations. So when we start going to the schools, we'll start introducing them to the trades and what they are, and different careers that they could have, and just start introducing that to them at a young age and try to build up a workforce development. For every 5 skilled trades that leave the trades, we've only been gaining 1 tradesman for probably 2 decades. So it's hard to sustain that, given that type of fallout on the tradespeople. So this was the home builders. We're not going to fix it overnight, but this is a home builders association trying to help what's been going the wrong direction for a number of years. 2008 was probably one of the biggest hurdles that hurt the industry. When the market went down, it was hard for anyone to even find work. So at that point, they had to find another career to try to go into. So we're trying to fight back on that right now with this academy. Oh, yeah. All right. So another thing that we do for our students, when they come to the class, we assign them a set of tools that they'll use, basic tools that they can use wherever they go to work. When that student graduates the class and they go into a construction career, we give them their first set of tools, which is very big. When I first started doing air conditioning work here for T. Batchelor and Son and Air Tech, which is late 90s, I would go to the supply houses, buy my tools on an account that they had, and then I would pay off my tools, every week as I got a paycheck. They would just hold out so much money for the tools that I bought. So we're going to start those students off with their first set of hand tools so that they can go straight into the trade and provide for themselves. We also, at the end of the class, we're going to do a job fair, basically, so that we're going to have employers coming, interviewing all the students that are going through the classes and trying to get them a job. If they don't already have one, get them set up with an employer towards the end of their cohort there. So what this also will do is it'll give a pool of employees for our employers in the area. You know, this last few years, we've had several jobs that, you know, for my personal business that we weren't able to fill because some of our trades didn't have enough people. They were spread thin, so we weren't able to get some of the jobs secured because our subs didn't have enough manpower to do it. So this will help give a pool of employees, potential employees, to the employers coming on. This training basically saves about 9 months of on-the-job training from somebody that doesn't have any experience coming through the class, learning the tools and the supplies that are used in each trade, whether it's electrical, you know, the wiring, what's the different type of wire, why would you use that wire, what are your tools that you would use, Kleins, so on and so forth, HVAC, whether it's insulation, the pipe, the size pipe, how to determine what that is, plumbing, different plumbing parts, and just the basic skill set to get them started. And I know y'all are aware of it, but with, you know, AUSL, Airbus, we've got the submarine contracts coming into the port. We've got a lot of demand for workers, you know, in general, but also to maintain the housing in the area. So we're trying to build up our workforce so that we can make it more affordable the best that we can by having enough people there to support the demand. We're going to be partnering with different groups in the area. We've spoken with, you know, the schools, of course, I think it's Big Brothers Big Sisters. We've talked to them. Up north, they have partnered with His Way, Boys and Girls Club, and you can see the list of the ones there that they have. So we're going to, in like fashion, going to contact these different community organizations, and we've also been talking about doing something with Strickland on some of the troubled teens and things like that to coming through. So we haven't finalized anything, but we are working on something there to also help them. I know that's something the mayor has mentioned that he would like to do. So we're working in that way as well. We are South Alabama Home Building Academy will be one of many Alabama Home Building Academy network schools. So Huntsville is one. They have a satellite in Madison. Birmingham's coming on board, Montgomery, and then a few other counties as well. Is there anything else? John?
My name's John Thomas. I have a construction company, TCM Remodelers. We do a lot of upper end remodeling around town. I've been doing it for 43 years now. Looks like I'd know better, but I'm still in it. And it seems like everyone wants to have repairs, additions, modifications done to their homes. And the biggest problem is having people to do it. We've got contractors, but we need the workers. We need the skilled workers to come into the trades to learn it, to help support our community. I know every one of you here are very much concerned with your constituents. They're the people we're talking to. They're the ones we're willing to help should they need a boost. This will extend far beyond just our ability to meet your needs. I think this will go all the way from teaching the younger people in the lower classes, lower schools, that there is another alternate to education and to making a living in this wonderful country we have. And one of them is through construction. When I first walked out on the construction job, that was probably 60 years ago, maybe not quite, but I had no idea what to say, what to expect, what they wanted. I couldn't speak the construction ease that we have there. All of this is just an effort to make people